Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and this is your outlook for July 24th, 2014. Doing a radar review over what happened on Wednesday, and we had some storms that did fire here, did end up forming a line here, but these were still pulsing storms. I know people like to confuse this with like, oh wow, went into a line segment here, so these weren't pulsing. They were pulsing, and how do we know that? We only had one severe report from this line, no matter how ominous it looks on radar here. There wasn't much severe weather, or hardly any severe weather, with this line as it moved across here, and sometimes it's the radar reflectivity makes it look angrier than it actually is. So we have other sources of radar it doesn't just measure precipitation, because that's all this does right here. We have other high-res radars that will measure wind velocity and also vertically integrated liquid in order to determine hail size and things like that. And there really wasn't any yesterday. We had one storm that did produce a severe wind gusts. This was not a measured wind gust, but there are reports of trees down and some damage to homes and vehicles, and that was in Jim Thorpe in Carbon County, with one isolated pulse storm that went through. Actually, with the second line, there was two lines. The second line that went through did produce some damage as it moved through, but that's the only damage report that we got in our entire coverage area. So that's how we know we had pulse storms. Pulse storms, the whole idea is, as you look at these storms here, they'll fire up and then they'll pulse real quick for about 10 to 20 miles, and then they'll die off and get choked off in their own updrafts, and then downstream they might reform again. And when they get in close proximity, they form almost like a mini boundary or a mini cold front, so to speak, just with the rain cold outflow behind it, running into that hotter air that was obviously 90 degrees or above out ahead of it. So that differential forms a boundary, and that's all you were seeing here on radar. So just want to clear that up so people understand that it was a pulse variety storm, exactly what we expected, and that's why you only had the one report here up in Carbon County. Hope everything's okay up there. As we get into today, the cold front responsible for that severe weather, or should I say the lack thereof, the storms that's responsible for the storms that we had last night is actually going to be draped over our coverage area today, sitting right about in this area here as we get into the morning hours. So that's going to move to the south from morning to afternoon. So just a very isolated shower for central areas here, and then a better chance of a shower here, or even a thunderstorm as you get down into Delaware and southern New Jersey. Further south you go, the better chance you have of having a shower in the morning. Morning clouds in the shower giving way to sunshine is what we're looking at today. And then, of course, late we would have, excuse that there. Of course, we would have the opportunity for a shower also in the afternoon as we got down into southern New Jersey and Delaware. And here's that afternoon, evening shower, thunderstorm, southern Delaware, southern New Jersey, as that front continues to push off to the south. So we're going to go over to the NAM high-res future simulated radar, and that does agree, again, just a pop-up shower early on, and this would be early in the morning here, very early, probably before 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll have some clouds that are going to give way to sun, and you do have the opportunity for those showers here later in the day down here in the southern areas here across Delaware and southern New Jersey. And that's moves south also with that front. So just an isolated shower or thunderstorm is looking like for the southern areas as we progress through the day. So we get into Friday, your day on Friday here. There's going to be high pressure sitting right over the eastern portion of the Ohio and Tennessee valleys, and this is going to shape up our weather here for Friday. Bring winds in from the north and allow it to be a mostly sunny and dry day on Friday. Pretty much the same idea on Saturday. We are going to have return flow around that high. That's going to allow the dew points to increase a little bit, so not quite as cool on Saturday. Temperatures will increase a little bit, so instead of low 80s, you go to mid 80s, and the humidity does come up slightly. Nothing too crazy, but Saturday still looks like it's a pretty good day. We will have a chance for our northwest areas to get into an isolated shower or thunderstorm, but a very slight chance at this point. And then that might have a chance of lingering into the earlier part of the overnight hours. And then later again on Sunday, as you get into Sunday and overnight Sunday into early Monday morning, we're going to have some showers and thunderstorms associated with this system moving through the Great Lakes, and its associated cold front will then push through and allow Tuesday to turn out to be a partly sunny and much cooler day, with that trough settling in over the northeast. And when we say much cooler, we're going to have from this quote historic shot of cold air that we're supposed to get. that I've heard from several sources. We'll have to make temperatures, hold in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees across our coverage area. Again, not really cold, but yes, it is below normal by about 4 or 5, maybe 6 degrees in some areas, but that's about it. And then we start to moderate as we get beyond that point. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for July 24th, 2014. Have a great Thursday.